Yeah, I'm ready to kick some ass.
What's up, everybody? This is The Talk. We're going to talk about sports topics for NBA, NFL, and we're going to get a little talking to about police brutality and what you think about sports athletes contributing to that. How you think they do more to help the cause or not help? So we got 4 people with me. We got Jermaine with the background. We got Jordan to my right.
Doing it. That's what it do. What it do?
Mel down below with the New York hat on.
Yeah. Number 1 Knicks fan.
And we got Paul right there coughing them.
Yeah, they call me Honest A, baby.
There you go.
You're a live motherfucker. Yeah.
So we just going to get right to it. So with the new NBA format being released today, right now they're saying that 22 teams going to head down to Orlando. 4 teams in the West going to compete for that 8th spot. That 1 team in the East, the Wizards. Basically, the format is if the 9th seed is within 4 games of the 8th seed, they get a double elimination tournament play-in game. So basically what that means is the 8th seed has to beat the 9th seed 1 time to get into the playoff. If the 9th seed beats both the 8th seed twice, they get into that playoff spot. Right now, currently there's 8 teams in the West, 8 teams in the East, and they're just gonna play like normal playoff setting where 1 through 8, so the Lakers will play either Memphis or possibly Pelicans, and on the East side it'll be the Bucks, possibly playing the Magic or the Wizards. So that's what's possibly gonna get happening July 31st, and we're gonna have 8 regular season games, and we're gonna get right into the playoffs. So I'll start with you, Jermaine. What do you think about the formats right now?
Man, honestly, man, this is the best format the NBA could possibly come up with. Honestly, man, as it stands right now, whoever wins the finals this year is the true champion. And like I said previously before, whoever wins the championship, that the leader of the squad should be the best player in the league. As of right now, there's no more easy roads. As we all know, the Eastern Conference was horrible. You only had 2 or 3 top teams, but the rest of the conference was horrible. The Western Conference was where the meat was at. Now everybody's mixed up. There's no excuses. There's no more easy roads. The teams that hasn't been taking the regular season seriously, they're going to suffer. Teams like the Clippers, teams like Philadelphia 76ers, those teams going to suffer because they're going to have harder first-round opponents. So, honestly, I'm excited for it. At the end of the day, I feel like this is the first year in a long time we're going to crown a true champion. There's no more stacked teams. There's no more Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Everybody pretty much has 2 superstars. So it's even all around. So I feel like at the end of the day, we're going to have a true champion. It's going to be competitive balance. I don't want to hear no excuses about COVID-19. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't give a fuck about an asterisk. I don't give a damn about none of that. It's going to be even across the board, and we're going to see who the best of the best.
All right, Jordan, what's up?
Yeah, Nick. To answer your question, I don't Damn, you disturbing my time, nigga. Put yourself on I'm sitting here looking at this nigga on the camera and shit, man. I want to talk. Put yourself on mute, man.
Go ahead, talk, nigga. Damn.
Right? You right. They put on mute.
Yeah, put that shit on mute. These niggas coughing. One got COVID-19 and the other was smoking mead.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, so
hold on. Add mute him real quick, nigga. I ain't smoking mid, nigga. Grade A.
He's talking about man smoking mid.
No, Jermaine got COVID-19.
Like he in the hookah.
Oh, he in the hookah. Okay. Well, yeah, Nick. I don't like the format. Being that speaking from you, I don't like the hearing from you. I don't like the format because I didn't know that the East would play 1 through 8. You know, the play-in game. Say if Washington get in, Milwaukee would play Washington, or Milwaukee would play. You know, the East play the East and the West play the West. I don't like the format. I like the original format where the original idea of the format where they're gonna have the 1 through 16 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just think it's gonna be, you know, I'm gonna crown it. We're gonna be able to crown a true champion. You know, I'm agreeing with what Jermaine just said, but at the same time, it kind of takes away the fun again when you find out that the 1 through 16 teams is not playing each other, where potentially Brooklyn versus LA and Kevin Durant is coming, you know, potentially coming back, or you know, teams like Boston Celtics and the Sixers, you know, playing first round, you know, where the 1 through 16 compact them together. But that's my stance on it.
All right, Jamel.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't like it either. To be honest with you, man. Because you got the Warriors, T-Wolves, Hornets, Bulls, Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, and Cavs. What's going with them squads? They can't do nothing to the lottery, the NBA draft. So what we doing with them squads? If you're gonna allow 22 teams, you might as well allow all the teams to set up the playoffs. Get it? I mean, you might as well get it NCAA type format. What's wrong with that?
Wow.
You shake your head, respond. You know, fuck the moderator. You respond, Jermaine. You shake your head.
Nah,
Wow.
don't respond.
I mean,
Listen, hold on. Don't respond because that's gonna take into my time. Respond at the end because mine's is kind of agreeing with Mel's. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying
I'm gonna stop it right there though, because I think everybody should got a shot. You know, with Steph coming back, Clay coming back, hell, they can win it. You know, so why not get everybody a chance to to play it?
I hear you.
Go ahead, man. That's my stance on it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm going to go ahead since I'm last. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Change is good. You know what I'm saying? Like Mel was saying, I was thinking about why not go to the NCAA rules. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a one for all. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's too gimmicky. First of all, I mean, if you want to do a one for all, that's gimmick. The whole point of the NBA.
And in your eyes, you're a Houston fan.
Nah, I mean, let's not talk about the Rockets yet. Maybe later in the segment.
I'm tired of looking at that poster.
But the thing is that's too gimmicky. The NBA prides itself on integrity, and we want a true champion. So inviting teams that didn't give a fuck about the regular season, like R.J. Barrett and the Knicks, and the lesser teams, the Golden State Warriors, like those teams, they didn't do enough in the regular season to deserve the opportunity. Like we only have a couple. What'd you say?
No, I'm saying the 22 teams. You know what I'm saying?
The 22
you might
teams.
Do a free fall. You might want to do a free fall.
And the thing is, those teams was already close to the 8th spot regardless. The New Orleans Pelicans, the Portland Trailblazers, the San Antonio Spurs, those teams was already close to Memphis Grizzlies anyway. And we have regular season games, so it's not fair to cut them out when they realistically had a chance in the beginning. Now, we talking about the New York Knicks? Like, we're going to bring them in the category and say they should have a shot at the playoffs? Like that? No, that's ridiculous. Jordan.
I didn't just say the Knicks. I said Warriors, T-Wolves, Hornets, Bulls.
All of them.
That ain't in it, man. Yeah, the rest of it. I didn't just say Knicks. I said all of them.
All of them. I'm talking about all of them. I just said the Knicks.
All right. With Curry and Thompson back, they deserve to be in there.
How?
You know what you mean?
They're too far behind. You short on time now.
Yeah, true indeed. But you can't tell me with them too healthy, they can't beat anybody in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they got next year for that.
I understand that. So damn, you might well you finish in the regular season for other motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I mean, we finished in the regular season. We finished in the regular season for the other teams who had a realistic shot at the playoffs to complete it. We can't be talking about Golden State when they had no shot. Jordan, let me go to you. I think you got the playoff format wrong. I don't think Nick said what you said. I still think it's 1 through 16.
No,
He
it's
was talking about
no, it's really they're looking at regular playoff format, which is
what?
Yeah. The only thing
I
that's
looked at it today. Moderator, what you talking about?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. All they're looking about is changing just the play-in game, but they're gonna go back to just the 1 through 8 in the East, 1 through 8 in the Rest.
Yeah,
What?
1 through 8 in the East and 1 through 8 in the West.
They're just changing the play-in game, bro.
Hey, and one more thing.
Whoa.
I don't agree. Listen, I don't agree with what Maine say. He talking about the leader of the squad is the best player in the NBA if they win a championship. I go by the numbers, man. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into that.
Okay. My fault. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, we always speak facts. If my man got numbers, go ahead and spit the numbers out. But
he ain't got no numbers right now.
No, I'm talking about you. You say you speak numbers. So if you say you speak numbers, come with facts. But what?
No, I was talking about. No, you can't take it from me saying that because this is what I said. I said Maine said the leader of the team is the best player in the league. That can't be true. Because if that sidekick helped them win that, let's say the sidekick averaged 20, and Harden didn't average 20 or 30. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What happened was that.
But let's talk realistic. I mean, you make it seem like if the Rockets was to win, that Harden would average 15, and Robert Covington would average 30.
I ain't say that, bro. I'm just saying, but he averaged. Listen, for him to be the best player, I think he had to at least touch his average or be better than his average. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a given, though. I mean, we talking realistic. I think that's a given.
How many years we depended on him? We looked on Harden to do that. We tried that. He got Harden now.
What you mean? Harden always putting up 30 burgers.
I understand, but I'm talking about in the playoffs, though.
He always putting up 30 burgers. That's the misconception.
He put up 115.
That's the thing. You listening to Stephen A. Smith too much for me, man.
I'm not listening to him, bro. Look up. Hey, somebody look up the stats real quick.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay, hold on.
We got 3 more minutes on the segment, so.
Yeah,
okay.
Let me respond.
Ain't no need to.
3 or 4 minutes. We got time.
Let me respond to what y'all saying then. What you and Jamel said first, then I'm gonna go to Jermaine real quick. So you saying the teams, Jamel complaint was the teams that like the Knicks and the Warriors, the Warriors, the Wolves, they ain't gonna be able to play till January. My opinion, I don't think they should be able to play till January because they need to focus on getting better. They need to focus on their craft. So I actually think it helps them out. This format helps them out because they don't need to be scrimmaging or playing nothing. They need to be in the gym working on their craft. Maybe RJ Barrett need a right hand. Maybe D'Angelo Russell need to start passing more. And the Warriors needing the rest. So I
ain't mad at that.
That's true. Right.
Speaking of Jermaine, when you're saying the leader can't, whoever lead of their team to win a championship, I disagree with that, per se, because you got to have some meat behind that championship. You got to have like MVPs too. You got to have a kind of a reputation. So, for example, if Luka win, I can't just crown him the best in the NBA.
Why not?
Because Porzingis might be averaging 30 with him. Or the team, like when Dirk Nowitzki beat Miami Heat that year, we didn't crown Dirk Nowitzki the best in the NBA. It was still Kobe and LeBron James during that year.
Yeah,
probably
right.
Kobe though.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I kind of disagree with that.
Who you crown Dirk?
What are you talking about?
Disagree with that.
Did nobody crown Dirk?
When Dallas beat Miami,
nigga didn't crown Dirk.
You said what? Niggas didn't crown Dirk? I did.
No.
I mean, if Dirk Nowitzki if you beat the big three 4 out of 7 times, you got to crown that man. Point blank. It's
Nah.
going to take a team effort to win.
That was a
Harden,
complete team effort.
it doesn't. You going to like your team, your second person, your third man going to have to do something. Like nobody's not going to score 90, 100 points to win the game. Yeah, team got to win the championship. But at the same time, if we have this same recipe, then that means the only person that's considered the best player is going to be your LeBrons or your KDs or your Giannis. You're never going to get off that narrative. But if they can't win with an already stacked squad, if they can't beat a lesser team, how the hell do they deserve to be the best player? That don't make no fucking sense. What we judging on?
So go ahead, Mike. You cut me off.
All right, think about last year. Kawhi won a championship, but KD still better than Kawhi, don't you say?
100% because KD didn't play.
How?
I mean, that was that was injury.
But nah. Oh, I can't wait because we going there anyway.
You know, if Golden State was fully stacked, Toronto gets swept.
If it's
That's not even a question.
We'll be drunk, man. What are you talking about?
What do you? If Golden State's healthy, Toronto is swept. That's a different.
That didn't happen, man. That didn't happen.
But that's come on, man. But realistically, we talking basketball. What's this segment? Is talk shit or whatever this shit called? Like, you know what it is? Let's talk basketball. Like, that's not legit.
All right, fellas.
Khadija co-signed the name. Khadija co-signed the name, by the way. She like to talk shit.
She like to talk shit?
Yeah.
All
talk
right.
shit.
Well, that segment's round up. So next topic. So just give me one team who y'all think is gonna win the championship. Now that everybody healthy and rested, who y'all think gonna win?
Who you gonna get? You gotta start with somebody.
Take off.
You start with.
I don't talk.
Clippers. I'm taking off, man. I'm taking off. Clippers.
All right, Mel, go ahead.
Clippers. The best player in the game right now is Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, the best player in the game is Leonard right now. You seen what he did last year. Also, you got Paul George with him. Also, they role players: Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson. They got the deepest bench: Lou Will, Shamit, Harold. Got the deepest bench. There's no home court. It's no home court. So your role players don't have no advantage. You know what I'm saying? PJ Tucker, he ain't in Houston. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be the Clippers, man. That's who I got, man.
That's who you got. All right, Maul, who you got?
Man, I got the Bucks, man. I got the Bucks. Shit.
Wow.
5-3. They 5-3. They 53-12. They 25-9 on the way. They 13-1 in the division. The Big G, he averaging almost 30 points. Middleton, 21.1. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. But right behind them, though, you got to watch out for LA, though. And I'm not talking about the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the show. You know what I'm saying? Especially with them healthy. Come on, man. Y'all already know them numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic, man. You know, so my picks, man.
So you say the Bucks, and then number 2 is the Lakers?
Yeah, number 2 is LA. But
So
they got to be healthy. If everybody healthy, and that's including the opponent team, too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
so
The Bucks.
Jordan, go ahead.
So, yeah, I agree with you, Mel. But it depends how the format. I'm gonna answer this question. Depends how the format, because we seems like we got a confusing on the format how it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the East and the West, and if it's that format, the way you said it at the beginning, Nick, I believe it will be a Clippers versus Celtics finals. And after deep analysis later on earlier today, I'm going with the Clippers because I can't deny their bench. They very deep. I mean, you got you got Reggie Jackson as your backup point guard.
Bomb.
You got Reggie Jackson.
What about the 6 man?
You got Lou Williams. You got Harold. Harold, his last game versus LA, he hit 31 points.
And lost.
Yeah, and lost because Lou Williams had 7 points. I don't know. I don't see Lou Williams in a gym with no fans in there hitting 7 points.
And I don't see
open
Harold
gym.
31 again.
He's an open gym. They don't need him to hit 31.
But
So
shit,
you
let's,
say Paul
okay.
George got healthy too. Paul George is very healthy during the season. He wasn't playing like the Paul George because, lingering injuries. And now he got this 2 months off, which everybody else had this 2 months off. So you get a healthy Paul George, a healthy Kawhi Leonard, and a stacked Clippers. I don't think it's no match. And the best coach, the best coach in the league, the second best coach in the league.
Doc?
But let
All right,
me
Jermaine, go
say,
ahead.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that you're not even talking about. Y'all just talking about, just the individual players. Okay, well, they got the best 2K roster, so they're going to win. It ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Styles make matchups. It's about the style. Who I think going to win the championship, and honest to God in my heart, is the Houston Rockets. I'm going to tell you that right now. The thing is, and where everybody done fucked up on, is now don't nobody know how to guard against the small ball. Now we coming into the season with 8 games left and going straight to the playoff. People, you don't know how to guard the Rockets. I look forward to playing the Clippers. Honestly, the Clippers are so overrated defensively. Oh, the name sounds sexy. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. But them niggas can't check Harden and Westbrook. Like, get out of here. Like, that shit's crazy. And honestly, when it comes down to it, the Rockets, man, analytically, man, we shoot threes. And I don't have too much time to break the 3s versus 2s down. But basically, we're going to shoot so many 3s. If we go 15 for 45, that makes up for 45 points. James Harden, biggest thing was, he don't come through in the clutch. Guess what? There's no fans. Guess what? James Harden lost 15 or 20 pounds. Another issue with James Harden, his stamina is bad. James Harden in shape now. My guy been in Phoenix working out. Guess what? You forgot Russell Westbrook been playing the best ball of his career before this shit stopped. So now we got Westbrook. We got Harden, Covington, 3D defenders. The point is when it's time to match up versus Houston, you don't even really know how to match up versus them because the small ball is so unconventional and we can really play big because Russell Westbrook, what Kendrick Perkins call him? Russ O'Neal. This nigga get more paint points than anybody. Nobody's not fucking with the Rockets. I said this in the beginning of the season. I'm saying that shit now. Rockets are the 2020 NBA champions, man.
All right, so on that. Go ahead.
So Kyle Leonard, he's not a all NBA defender. You gonna take that away from him? Really?
He don't even guard the best player. Like when he plays the Rockets, he's scared to guard Harden, man. This nigga's scared to guard Harden.
No, listen. Last year when they was down 2-0 to the Bucks, who switched up? Who manned up against Antetokounmpo? Locked them down, man. What are you talking about? Leonard took off last year, man. He showed you two-way player. He the best two-way player in the game. Offense and game-winning shots, man. Locking down the best player in the game. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know what you talking about, man.
The Clippers have they're not in sync. They haven't really played with their whole roster in a long time. So who's gonna come out there?
I don't like this topic.
Well, you don't like this topic?
Let me respond to that. Well, if you don't like it, Jamal, you don't like the topic. David Ruffin, you don't like the topic. Please be quiet. Let somebody respond that likes the topic. So Jermaine, let me answer you. 4 days ago, it was your anniversary. You guys, you know what his anniversary was? 27 missed threes in a row. A game, they just straight bombed. They went for 744. And then this dude want to bring up an argument about 3-pointers. I mean, y'all niggas crazy. Now they want to come with 3-pointers, man. I mean, I understand crowds not in the game, but
definitely.
But you got to take in the fact that you got other people. You got Lou Williams. He's an open gym guy. When you see in the Drew leagues, he's busting 60 points. No fans in the crowd. You gotta put their 3-pointers. The whole league shoot threes. So
really, I mean,
But
If
they
you
don't
take the
shoot
fans
it. They
out,
don't shoot
everybody
as
else
many
is
as
tighter.
Houston, though, man. And they don't shoot as many as Houston. And one thing, as you know from Houston, man, one of the biggest critiques of the Rockets is the Rockets have been close to reaching the NBA Finals 2 years in a row, but they choke under pressure. But you eliminate the fans, you eliminate the large expectations from Harden with nobody in the arena, with the COVID-19 stuff, everything around. Harden has no pressure.
How
There's
many
no
practice
pressure.
heroes you think is in the NBA, bro?
How many what?
How many practice heroes you think is in the NBA?
How many practice heroes?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They hit
A lot, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. So there's no telling who's going, you know what I'm saying, who's going to spark it, bro. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, this is different.
Is it the same thing? Oh, I'm on the same subject, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
talking about-
anybody can spark that. Anybody can spark that motherfucker up. Put me in that bitch. I give you 30.
Hey, let me tell you, it's not that easy, man. I'm gonna go off Harden's ability to get better and work on his game time after time. And the loss of weight is gonna be big. Harden is a gym rat. Y'all talking about Lou Williams? Like, don't compare Lou Williams to James Harden, man. Harden's a fucking gym rat.
Ain't
This
nobody
nigga done lost
compared.
15 to 20 pounds. Fucking
Nobody's
crazy.
nobody's comparing Lou
What have
Williams.
Harden
Nobody
done?
comparing Lou Williams to James Harden, but when Lou Williams is your fourth and fifth option, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Who else is gonna be on your depth, Jermaine? Outside of
You
Russ,
ain't
Harden. Like,
got nothing.
The thing is, the Rockets never had nothing when we went against the greatest team assembled.
You don't win nothing, exactly.
Let me tell you something.
You don't
We
win.
pushed Golden State to game 7 with damn near the same roster. Harden, a hobble Chris Paul. We pushed him to 7. Now I got a dog. You see this nigga in the back? I got Brody.
Hey, man. How many more seconds we got, man?
Yeah, because this
We
guy
got
got
this
crazy.
topic,
Topic, man. Yeah. Down with this one.
He going to Rockets.
Yeah.
Last second.
Can't wait.
Man.
last
Hey,
minute
hey,
responses, or we gonna move
Nick.
on? Yo,
Nick, I can't wait till this go live. This motherfucker, this Rocket shit, man.
last,
Tear the comment section up on this nigga, man.
I mean, I'm with Jordan. I think the Clippers gonna win, but I mean, it's gonna be tough. Just depending.
Yeah.
Just
Let the
because
moderator
they
have
got
the
more
last
depth, they got
word.
experience, and I feel like they can beat the Lakers in a 7-game series, and then the Bucks, they just don't got enough like shooters outside of like, you know, the typical like Giannis, and you got maybe a couple more guards, but that's pretty much it. And they haven't been experienced outside of the conference finals, so we're gonna see.
And sooner or later, somebody got to break that goddamn glass. Y'all niggas act like, just because
moderator,
they
get
never
this
done
nigga
it.
off the mic. Moderator, get this nigga back, man.
Yeah, come on, change the
It's fine.
subject, man. Because
Oh,
that nigga biased, man.
I gotcha. All right, so next topic we're going to talk about is who the top 5
Biased
players in
ass
the
nigga.
league right now. Like, as
Say
of
that-
today, who's the top 5 players in the league right now?
Right now or all the time?
Right now.
Right
That
now?
nigga he put
Right
all
now.
time.
Right, then I gotta change.
Yeah,
I gotta change my list.
Yeah.
Okay. I give you my top 5. This is pretty simple. Number 1, I got to give it to LeBron. Number 2, I gotta say Kevin Durant. Number 3, I gotta go with Kawhi Leonard. Number 4, and here's where everybody will kind of argue with me. I gotta go with James fucking Harden. And number 5, I go with Steph Curry. The biggest name that's not on my list is Giannis Antetokounmpo. This nigga has done nothing. He's done nothing. Nothing yet. This dude has been the MVP, about to be 2 years in a row, and done nothing. He gets put out by a subpar Toronto Raptor team when they were the favorite and was winning. So far, Giannis, he hasn't done anything. The reason why I put Harden above him is because, man, we pushed the greatest team. We pushed the greatest team assembled to Game 7. Harden has done a lot more, and Harden, I feel like, will make a deeper run this year. And,
Man, we all knew that. We all knew that was going 7 games, man.
Who?
We all knew that was going 7 games, man.
Who else won
We knew
what?
we was gonna lose in 7. We knew Houston was losing in 7 anyway, man.
Nobody thought we was going to 7.
We all said that. We was going to 7
the
games.
fuck out of here.
7. Come on, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, who's next? Jordan, you want to go?
Jamal, let Jamal. You want to touch this topic or you
go?
You go ahead. Go ahead. I'm still
Okay,
writing
okay.
my little list.
Okay, so I got one Kawhi Leonard, 2 LeBron James, 3 Stephen Curry, 4 KD, 5 James Harden.
Yeah, you messed up on that, Jermaine. You put KD in there.
Yeah. The reason why I got Kawhi at my top, basically this guy, you guys can look at stat stuff and motherfuckers all you want to. You can look at LeBron James cheating off a man trying to get a rebound and taking Anthony Davis rebound, devaluing his skills, or taking Dwight Howard rebound, devaluing his skills.
Yeah.
And you can look at them niggas all you want to. But Kawhi Leonard, they asked him to do a job, play defense on the best defenders on some nights, or either play the defense on the best defenders or get 30 for me, depending on what team they playing. So, and he does that. He does that well. And he help on the boards when he needs to. So LeBron James, I'm gonna give it to him because everybody got his dick in their mouth. So I'll just go ahead and stay the argument.
You ain't want to fight that fight, eh?
Yeah. LeBron James, fucking damn. Stephen Curry, man, I got Stephen Curry ahead of KD because Stephen Curry, he's still the guy to beat the goddamn KD when they was down 3-1, and he's still the main splash brother. He's still the reason why niggas is winning championships on championships. Because you switch that big man on that motherfucker small guy, he's the reason why you playing small ball right now. That nigga alone. KD, you just, his skills alone, they're going to put you up there and he's hurt. So we don't, what's going on. And James Harden, I give him credit because, he did push a Warriors team to he was a star player and to push the Warriors team. I can't grant Giannis right now because Giannis have not did anything. Even though I do like Giannis because he take the leftovers like the Brook Lopez and the trash niggas, the George Hills, and all the niggas Chris Middleton. It makes him a star. I do like him, but I'll give James Harden a nod.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna jump in there, man. Damn. First, I thought we were doing 5, top 5 all time.
That'll be the next, but we're going to do the top today.
Okay, but right now, man. Number one, we're gonna give it to LeBron, man. I ain't gonna like my man Jordan said, man. I'm not even gonna. I don't even want to start that argument, man. So fuck it. LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Leonard, number 2. You know what I'm saying? I think the best two-way player, in the game. You know what I'm saying? At first, I had KD 3, but now I'm going Curry number 3. Point blank, period. KD 4, Anthony Davis 5, man. That's just it.
Anthony Davis?
Yeah,
Anthony Davis? Anthony Davis?
James Harden.
Anthony Davis? Oh my God! Anthony Davis?
You said that to his. Equate to mine. Mine's, I'm gonna say mine's short and sweet. It's damn about the same list as everybody else. Except my 5th. The first I got LeBron. Second I got KD. Third I got Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
4th I got the Big G and the Bucks. And 5th I got it split, man. Harden and Westbrook, man.
You ain't got Curry in your top 5?
Nah, I ain't got Curry in my top 5.
Get the fuck off this live.
Hey,
Woody.
hold up.
I ain't got Curry.
He gonna yell at me for putting Anthony Davis in my top 5, but then yell at this nigga for not even putting Curry in his top 5. That's wild.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think I forgot. See, I just did this random. You know what I'm saying? Like you said.
Shut the fuck up.
Jordan.
Hey,
Jordan.
listen,
Go ahead.
all time like Mel did. You know what I'm saying? I just freestyle mine.
You
know what I'm saying? Yeah, true. Give me Curry, man.
Jordan, I gotta go back to something. You talking about Curry was the main reason they came back from OKC? Don't you remember Klay Thompson with that fucking third quarter Klay Thompson is forgotten. Klay Thompson is the most clutch warrior that they have. Point blank.
Got it.
Like Klay Thompson did that.
You got to
When it's time for the Warriors to play an elite team, Klay Thompson has to check the best defender, and he hit the clutch shot. Don't forget, Curry been choking a lot in the playoffs. They always say that in the finals, Curry disappears. He just started at the end.
All the defense is on him. All the attention is on him. That's why, man. You got to pick up Curry at the half court. You got to pick him up at half court, man.
It ain't on Klay. You don't think it ain't on Klay?
Nah, but you ain't got to pick up Klay at half court, though. You know what I'm saying? Klay ain't gonna get by you at half court. You got to pick Curry across you, and he'll shoot in your face at half court. You got to pick him up at half court. That's why. You ain't got to pick Klay up at half court, though.
But yo, Mel, why did you say Anthony Davis top 5?
I just threw that in there. Then you can go either way. If you want to go Anthony Kumpo, if you want to go Anthony Davis, like I said, I wasn't, I really that's fifth. I mean, you could have went, you could have went James. You could have went James Harden. I mean, I don't care. Like that fifth was really to me that fifth really. I'm gonna go. I just went Anthony Davis. You could have went Zion. I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, AD, he kind of feels like a Chris Bosh, but his stats just dropped as soon as he got with LeBron. Kind of like a side guy. He's not like the main guy, no. So.
Wait, hold on.
Saying like Steph and Giannis are like the main dudes in the squad.
You okay?
Yeah.
You so Maine, let me respond to you and shit. So this is why your argument is so hypocritical, because you say this year if the best player wins on a team, on the NBA team, they win a champion. We're gonna grant them the best. Then you go back to 2017 when Klay Thompson in one game had that hot third quarter, which I give it to him. He had that hot third quarter. Then you say, damn, Red, put your shit on mute, man. But then you say, you go back and and be a hypocrite and say Curry don't get the credit for that, which Curry didn't have a bad series that game. Klay Thompson just stepped up third quarter, stepped up all 3 quarters. And then I want to challenge your theory on Curry. Like, for example, what makes Curry good is that he can light you up for 40 points, but he can be the best decoy in the game. I ain't never seen somebody come off the screen and 2 niggas collapse and you got a nigga wide open to the lane. You remember that game when they was on fast break and LeBron Iguodala was running the fast break and Curry was on one corner and LeBron had to either give it up to Curry from the 3-point line or he had to guard Iguodala. The best play would have made a typical play would have to stop the ball from going to the hole. LeBron James straight ran to Curry. That's the decoy, but that's the 2 points that you didn't count for Steph Curry. That's what Curry does for the Golden State Warriors. Go ahead, though.
I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with some of your point, but only reason why you said Stephen Curry was the reason they came back from 3-1. I would just disputing that because when it was 3-2 and OKC was winning by double digit, Klay Thompson brought them from the dead and lit the world on fire. Klay Thompson versus us. I mean, game 6, when I know people talk about, Steph Curry had 30 points in the second half. This nigga had 0 points in the first half. Klay Thompson had over 20 points in the first half that kept him afloat. Klay Thompson, I'm not saying Klay Thompson should be top 5, but I don't think Steph deserves all the credit. That's why they call the Splash Brothers. I think Klay Thompson plays a hell of a role, a big chunk, and that's why Steph Curry gets off and gets some of his championship because of Klay. Klay, the clutchest player in the Golden State. Boy, I'm fuck.
Steph
Like
changed
what?
the game, though, man. Steph Curry
That's
changed the game, though.
that's why I have him in the top 5. He changed the game. Like
He changed the game, man. Come on now.
a revolutionary player like LeBron and Steph, like you got to put him in your top 5.
Moderator, can we tell the world you're a Golden State fan? That's why you say that.
Nah,
That bullshit.
Hell, you
Fuck,
I'm a Curry fan though.
keep talking rocket shit.
fuck y'all.
But let's move on to
My bad. I'm sorry, moderator. I want to just add one point. The game 7, Curry hit 36 points on the motherfuckers. So,
Who?
Come on.
you know,
against the Rockets.
when they came back against OKC,
Oh, yeah.
he's going off game 6 when Klay
When they-
Thompson kept him alive. But game 7, Curry
Clutch.
ended with 36 points. Game
What
7.
was the 3-point percentage in that game? What was he for 3?
He said, "What are you
Looking
3
at
hours?"
He's looking at the stats on the computer. When
You got
no.
to.
Steph
You got to,
Curry,
yeah, I ain't mad at
Steph Curry does not show up in the finals. This is well documented. Steph Curry disappears. Steph Curry just arrived. So we can't, I'm not ready to. Steph Curry's a good player.
Jamel, to
I just
answer your
don't have him
question,
in my top. I just don't have him in my top. I don't have him ahead of Harden. That's all.
Jamel, to answer your question,
Yeah.
that nigga hit 7 3-pointers that game.
For what?
He was 7 for 12.
Okay, good gracious.
Nigga was a plus
Shut the
18
lights
on the court. Plus 18 on the court. And you know, and Klay Thompson was -2. So
Yeah, I hear you.
go ahead, I'm ready for the next topic.
Plus minus that stat ain't always accurate though, and I'm not a big fan of plus minus.
I hear you. All right, so
Fuck you, Nick.
next we're gonna do is top 5 players of all time. I know y'all saw the ESPN list that came out like a couple weeks ago. So that's pretty
How
much.
many topics we got, man?
Huh?
How many topics we got?
7. We only got 2 more.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Damn.
So who want to start this off?
Go ahead, man.
Oh, top 5 players of all time.
Yeah.
And my number 1 player is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. This is one of my big argument. He's number 1, but he can be caught. I'm just gonna leave it at that. My number 2 player, and I'm only going off what I saw. So my list might be a little bit different. I'm only going off the players that I've actually seen. My number 2 player, I have to say LBJ. I'm gonna give it to LBJ. My number 3 player is Kobe Bean. My number 4 player is Tim Duncan. And my number 5 player, who people keep talking about, Shaquille O'Neal, but my number 5 player is Hakeem the goddamn Dream. I done seen Hakeem the Dream give it to Shaq on too many occasions, when both of them in their prime. I done seen Hakeem win 2 championships with nothing. They won one time when they was a 6 seed. Lowest seed ever. 6 seed. They won. Beat the Orlando Magic. Swept them. So, that's my top 5 players. I never seen Magic. I never seen Kareem. I can't comment on those guys. So,
Hey,
Jordan.
so I understand you say you never seen, and it's not a shot towards you, but I understand you say you never seen Kareem and Magic, but when you start a sportscast, you want to go back and watch these players, even though they might not play as fast paced as you want them as your Rockets today, but you might want to go back and watch the Showtime Lakers. But Nick, to answer your question, man, my top 5 is I got MJ. He's the GOAT. I think when we do these top 5s, man, we gotta have a standard. Why they top 5? We can't just put niggas top 5. Not saying that nobody, that Jermaine didn't. He just put niggas top 5. But
He
you got
did. Hold on. I came along in my top 5. He
You know
ain't
he
the best
biased
center that ever played the game.
who the fuck
It's just
talking
top
about?
5.
Yeah. Bad. Yeah, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
Hakeem was number 9 in the ESPN in the ESPN top 100.
He was
So
nice.
I mean, so number 5 is absurd.
He was nice. He was
That's
nice.
absurd.
I was nice. I seen him live, baby.
We know.
How many more centers was in front of him though?
I mean, they
There had
had
to be a lot of-
Kareem and Shaq.
Yeah, it had to be a lot of them.
You don't say Kareem better than Hakeem?
I'm sorry, y'all. I never seen Kareem play. I mean, that was way before my time. I don't know.
Okay, finish your list, Jordan. Go ahead.
So I got Michael Jordan number 1. Number 2, I got Kobe Bryant. 3, I got Tim Duncan. 4, I got Magic Johnson. 5, I got LeBron James. And my list is basically comprised of all around players, championship winner, championship players, and people that made that defining moment. But I got a prediction where I think LeBron James will get kicked out of the top 5. It's all said and done. Go ahead, Mel.
Oh, it's on me now.
Yeah.
Oh, Maul.
One
Oh,
more
you
time.
and Maul.
I got it. My top my top 5, everybody who changed the game, man. Michael Jordan, number 1. Kobe, number 2. LeBron. Shaq at 4. Curry at 5, man. And that's just it, man.
Curry.
I like that. I like that.
Everybody who changed the game.
Change the game. I mean,
That I seen.
I like that argument. Maul, go ahead.
All right, first, I got Michael. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Second, Kobe. Third, I got LeBron. 4th, I like Karl Malone, man. And 5th, give me Shaq.
I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
The mailman.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Tim Duncan's better than him.
Explain that, bro. Yeah, I gotta hear
He
that.
said, I'm talking about look at his numbers. You talking about his numbers. He dropped buckets. Tell me the mailman didn't drop buckets. He didn't deliver.
Yeah,
Did the
but
mailman deliver? It's
He
okay.
did.
He ran it to Jordan. Hey, I can't fault him for that, bro. I can't fault him for that.
So hold on. Since we talking about running the Jordan, then no love for Pat Ewing then? Damn.
Say what?
Because
I picked Karl Malone before I picked Pat Ewing though.
Because if it wasn't for Jordan, Nick would have had a couple of championships. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, that's my opinion. You might see it different. You feel me?
I feel you.
But that's the reason why I chose my list. I can't fault that nigga for running against Michael. You see what Michael shut down decades, man. He was picky. Jordan was picky.
Jamal.
What's up?
I'm a big Jazz fan. I was a big Jazz fan back in the day. But
What's your squad now, Max?
Yeah, who you
no,
got
I
now?
just like that's funny. I knew that was gonna come up. Okay, I'm gonna expand on that too a little bit. But let me finish what I was gonna say. I'm gonna expand on what y'all talking about. Because you gonna get it real today. But
keep it high.
the NBA NBA Jerry Sloan made Carlos Boozer hot. So his offense made Carlos Boozer hot. I don't really put too much stock. I understand what you're saying, the points and all that. He played in a good system that works for him. But I don't think that's I think Karl Malone.
We can't go. Listen, I'm for sure. You said you don't think. I can't go off what you think. Earlier you told me we're going off numbers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so damn, who got better numbers than on Karl?
It ain't just about the numbers,
not him. He don't got rings.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, he ran into Jordan. I can't fault him for that. Listen to me. I can't fault him for that, bro.
Well, it sounds like you're gonna need to find somebody in another era.
Huh?
It sounds like you're gonna need to find somebody in another era.
Who was the top dogs in Jordan era? Who was one of the top ones?
Only name Jordan.
Yeah.
Huh? That nigga got Olajuwon.
Olajuwon.
Okay.
Well,
I said Magic.
Who had better numbers? Karl or Olajuwon? Besides the ring.
Olajuwon was a complete player. I mean, all defense. He steals, blocks. Come on, man. Olajuwon's a champion. Olajuwon won with nothing.
He did his role. Like your team like was a Detroit Pistons.
Doesn't matter. They won. They was a 6 seed.
No doubt. Hands up, don't shoot. Nah, but I feel you though. But it's the I feel like it's like the same thing. They like the same thing, man. But I pick Karl Malone in my top 5, man.
I got you.
Because he ran into Jordan, man. That's his only, you know what I'm saying? If he didn't run into Jordan with the numbers he dropping, if he had the numbers back then that he did, if he played now, shit, man, he'd win a ring.
I hear you. So yeah,
they're giving out rings now.
My top 5, of course, is Jordan. I got Kobe number 2. I got LeBron number 3. I got Kareem number 4. I gotta go with my man Magic. He was just special. So that's my top 5.
Oh yeah, Magic was 6. Okay.
So we're gonna shift from NBA. We're gonna move to NFL. We're just gonna give brief previews saying who y'all think gonna be in the Super Bowl and who y'all think gonna win it. So, Mo.
So I'm gonna start. Okay, go ahead, Jamal. You start off.
Oh, mine's gonna be short and sweet, man. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I like my boys, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we did as far as like upgrading. We upgraded. You know what I'm saying? But only thing we didn't do is make Prescott. We gotta make him happy, man. But other than that, man, we make him happy. Watch out for the Cowboys.
Who's coming out of AFC for you though?
Huh?
Who's coming out of AFC? Like who's gonna be in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the Super Bowl. Okay, dang, the AFC. Man, that's hell. You gotta give it either KC, Kansas City.
KC or Baltimore? All
right. Can I ask you a question? Who's going to be your starting quarterback coming into the season? Because it seems like y'all got some questions about that, and you got them going to the Super Bowl.
That's what I did. That's what I just said. I said once we pay him, you know what I'm saying? Once we be good. But you know we wouldn't got that nigga from the Bengals, man. I guess that's what they're banking on.
I mean, you haven't paid the dude in a year. So yeah, I mean, so we paying him now?
Damn, bro. Listen, we need to pay him. I done said that, nigga. Did I say that? I said we need to pay him. What Jay decided to do, that's what Jay decided to do. But I said we need to pay him. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, once they pay him, hell, Dallas, you know what I'm saying, we up there. We looking at KC.
All right.
We looking at the mountain.
Jermaine, go ahead. I know you want to say something. Who's your Super Bowl?
Who'd you ask?
You. You.
Who you think gonna win the Super Bowl and he's gonna be in it?
Change your background, man.
My Super Bowl prediction is simple, man. I think the Baltimore Ravens is going to be in the Super Bowl. I believe in football, sometimes you got to scratch the surface, and sometimes you got to take some of those hard losses. And I feel like Lamar Jackson, he's done took 2 tough losses. And I feel like, you know, you got to crawl before you walk, and that motherfucker crawled. And now I think, honestly, when it comes down to it, man, can't nobody do nothing with that offense, man. I think the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in football, if you ask me.
Coming out of the NFC.
The NFC, I mean, I hate to say it based off the comments that this dude made today, but it has nothing to do with the actual production. So it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens versus the New Orleans Saints. And I have the Baltimore Ravens. I have the Baltimore Ravens in the final because at the end of the day, I don't believe that there's nothing that anybody can do to stop Lamar Jackson in that offense. I think that's the most dynamite show in football right now.
Wow, even over Kansas City?
Yes, I mean they can't win it every year, moderator. I think the Baltimore Ravens is the best team in football, and I think Kansas City. I think last year, I mean, they definitely called a break. I don't think they was ready to see the Baltimore Ravens, and you know they kind of had a easier path. And as far as the NFC, I just think the NFC is not as competitive I don't think that as far as top tier team, I don't think they're not as competitive. And I think the New Orleans Saints, with the upgrade that they made with Emmanuel Sanders, I see them averaging about 35 points a game. I don't think nobody can stop them.
All right, go ahead, Jordan. Respond to that.
Yeah, I think that's total bullshit. Yeah, but yeah, man. I'm gonna start off with the draft. I think the draft was, my draft was strong. We got a lot of sneakers in the draft. UK, you gonna see he got like an eight arm, like 8 feet arm, whatever how you do the wingspan shit.
Yeah.
70-inch wing, 80-inch wingspan. Yes, that's what he got. So that means he got a bigger wingspan than Anthony Davis, and he's like 5'11". So that ball can be overthrown. So that ball that Jimmy G threw in the Super Bowl, he would have caught that. But
He
so
overthrew
basically,
it.
man, that's what I'm saying. His 80-inch wingspan gonna catch it. It don't matter. But yeah, I think we had 49ers had a good strong class, strong draft. I do see them going back to the champion, to the Super Bowl. I actually see us getting the first round bye too as well. Or I actually see the 49ers getting the first round bye. I see their defense still dominating. They got second year linebackers that's gonna be all pro. Drake Greenlaw and all my boys back there in the damn. Oh, okay. But so yeah, so I do see the 49ers getting back there, but I do see a different team coming out the AFC. I got the either the Baltimore Ravens or the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay. All right, Mel, what's up?
Phillip Rivers? Okay.
Yeah, you ain't had no protection. Y'all bitch ass niggas ain't had no protection.
Hey,
They
man.
Let Mel go. Go ahead, Mel.
Man, it's way too early to predict that shit, man. I can't even call it. If I had to throw out two teams, man, just on paper, man, we talking Tampa Bay and Baltimore. That's just it. But that's too early though, because anything.
That's your problem. You wanna say goddamn the Giants, but you gotta see them sneak. You gotta see them win 2 games so you can say that.
If I wanted to say the Giants, I would have said the Giants. I didn't say the Giants.
You know that'd be outrageous. You know that would be outrageous.
No, how that outrageous? I didn't say the Giants. I ain't the enemy, young blood.
He better not say the Giants.
All right.
Just on paper, man. Tampa Bay and Baltimore, just like that.
Okay. I respect you, young blood.
We go to the next topic.
Yeah. So the final topic is gonna be: so do y'all think sports athletes do enough to help with the police brutality?
Okay, this I'm about to get real right here.
So yeah.
I'm about to get
This
real.
off the knot.
Hey, can I jump in first?
Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
All right, let me get in the camera, man. Let me get my notepad, man.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? The NBA, I respect the NBA, you know what I'm saying, what they do, you know what I'm saying? The NFL is in the low platform, and the black churches, man, is in the low platform, man. You know what I'm saying? The churches need to do more too, man. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about it, man. But I'm just disappointed, you know what I'm saying? Like Oprah Winfrey, she ain't did too much.
I hear you.
Just a lot of people disappointed me, man.
But Jermaine, go ahead.
I mean, the NFL's a fucking joke, honestly. I'm sitting here I'm listening today to all of these people, all of these head coaches saying that I don't care what my players do to protest. I'm fine with anything. I'm in full support. So it takes another black man to die for them to say, hey, I'm in full support of you, basically, FYI, kneeling, just in case they kneel again. I'm in full support of anything. But when Colin Kaepernick did this 4 years ago, everybody had an issue with it when the man clearly explained what the agenda was and why he was kneeling. Eric Reed also explained why he was kneeling and what they was fighting for. I mean, how many black people got to die for it to be how many black people got to die for it to be okay? Them niggas, they ride the wave. That's what I don't respect about the NFL. I hate the motherfucker, to be honest with you. I really want to boycott the shit, but I love sports so much. I hate the NFL, 100%. The NBA, what I respect about the NBA is Adam Silver. That is an incredible man. That man stands up and speak out. He speak out against injustice that we got going on. But what makes it easier for him to speak out against it is the players ride with him. When you have the head, the best player in the world that speaks out against social justice and police brutality, LeBron James, it makes it easy. I mean, you got no choice but to follow. That's that. I mean, and going back to the NFL is disappointing because 70% of the players are African Americans, but your better players are so scared to really speak up. Hell, them niggas is fighting each other and all kind of shit. The NFL is all discombobulating. So do I think they do enough to answer your question? Fuck no, they don't do enough. We shouldn't be watching that shit anyway. The NBA, I feel like is on the right path. They speak out about it. They in the communities. They do a lot. So I can respect the NBA. I remember one year where you have the ESPYs on. I forgot what channel was on. It might have been on ABC at the time, ESPN. You had D-Wade, Chris Paul, Carmelo, LeBron hijack the show. Fuck it. This is on national TV. They speak up, say they piece about police brutality, equal rights, and all of that, and state how they feel. That shit will never happen in the NFL. Roger Goodell need to be looking at Adam Silver and model, because the NBA is about to take over. They're about to be the #1 league in America. They need to model their goddamn system after the NBA, because the NBA is doing everything goddamn right. They listen to the goddamn players. The NFL, motherfucking racist, man. That shit crazy, man.
No, go ahead.
Fuck the NFL.
It's the owners. It's the owners of the NFL. That's why, man.
I mean, but the players make the money. They not speaking up. They the product.
No,
yeah, but they ain't. Do they? Well, I don't know, man. That's tough, man. I mean, but they do speak up, though. I mean, Richard Sherman speak up. A lot of them speaking up. Michael Thomas, Richard Sherman. I mean, the owners don't speak up. You know what I'm saying? That's just the owners.
Jerry Jones told the whole Dallas Cowboys, if you kneel, there's repercussion, and none of them niggas kneel.
That's Jerry Jones, you know.
I mean, they come on, man. You trying to tell me if Dak and Zeke and Cooper don't kneel, you think Jerry Jones gonna do something to them? Fuck no. They powerful.
But they suckers anyway, though. Dak,
I know that. That's the Dallas Cowboys.
They suckers anyway, though. Really.
Listen. Hold on, you can't say that. You don't know them guys personally, man.
You see them. I watch them on TV, man. Look at Zeke, man. You know that mother sucker, man. Look at him.
Come on, man.
Straight sucker. Straight fucking sucker.
Dak is sucker. You know what I'm saying?
On,
What's my man? What's your defensive player, man? You know what I'm saying? That's the kid,
on,
sucker.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
dang.
Go ahead and finish up.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Now,
He does. He talking about that. He talking about that.
NBA.
Ooh, who burping?
Who did that?
Damn.
Go ahead, Jordan.
First off, somebody seemed like they drinking a grape soda with that damn burp.
Mel at work thirsty.
Oh shit! Let me swipe into your face there. Oh shit! There you go. But yeah, man. To be honest with you, you know, it's a good topic to talk. I'm glad y'all put this topic up here. You know, it's a good topic. You know, to talk about just in general. You know, you see the civil unrest that's going on. You know, in America, you know, all this protesting and all that stuff, but at the same time, we look to our celebrities because, you know, in the Black community, you know, we definitely, everything we do is basically entertainment. So we look to our celebrities, and it's kind of saddening when you see them and they're not speaking up for you, you know, for the community.
and
For
lost.
us.
But for us, I'm sorry, yeah, for us. You know, I will agree with Jermaine. NFL is a fucking joke. You know, even for themselves, like looking at the players' agreements, you know, they don't even treat themselves right. Like they had this the contract in the beginning of the year, they had the bargain thing. Majority of them motherfuckers signed it. And, you know, they don't even get guaranteed money. So they don't even care about themselves. So, you know, I don't even expect them to speak out for social issues if they don't even care about how much money they want to make, you know, and all that stuff. The Colin Kaepernick thing, where they had Colin Kaepernick kind of fucked up, how they left him out by himself, you know, most of the players. So, you know, it kind of reminded me of slave mentality. I kind of like what the NBA doing. The NBA stepping up a lot of, you know, they talking about a lot of issues. But I know you guys didn't come on here to for me to just to follow the format. You know, y'all want me to say something outside the ordinary. In total, I think all of them doing a fucking bad job. I'm talking about as a whole. The reason why is because them bitches didn't even go to HBCUs. So, you know, they didn't even go to HBCUs. So I don't get how you can ask a white man to speak up for you when you don't even support your own shit.
I think I think that's about to change. I think that's about to change. You see, what's her name talk about going to HBCU? Mikey Williams.
He told he think he should. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm
said
on his
Mikey
ass.
Williams.
Yeah,
Because I mean, at the end of the day, it don't matter where he go, he's still gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Now it don't even matter no more. Whether he go to Duke or whether he go to Central, he's still gonna get the best player. You know what I'm saying?
So think about that, man. I agree with you. It doesn't matter.
Now it don't matter now.
I think it does.
No, it
even
don't.
with
No,
LeBron James.
It does.
No, it don't.
It
Not
does.
now.
Motherfuckers go to Australia. They go to the all types of places, and they still be number 5, number 4, number 3.
LaMelo Ball.
Don't you think about the platform that college provides? Like, if you go to Duke or Kentucky, you get more shine than someone who go to like.
You get more money. You get more money.
But now
you go to Duke, you get more money.
High school basketball now is at a different level right now. You know what I'm saying? High school basketball is on TV now, so it don't even matter what college. You know what I'm saying? High school basketball used to be on TV like that.
I agree, but I agree and disagree. I think there's a I mean, now college players can be they can be paid, you know, by their likeness. I think you got it right, but Duke and Kentucky are juggernauts. If you come to Duke, yo man, Coach K is setting people up. Coach K got so many connects, he's setting people up, and he increasing their profile so much. I think if Zion Williamson would have went straight to the NBA or would have went any other place, he wouldn't be as. I mean, Zion would still be Zion, but the Duke brand behind Zion gassed that motherfucker up to something.
What? Hey, let me ask you this, okay? If you say that, you say Duke brand on the next level is top notch. That's what you're saying.
100%. 100%.
How? What's
Duke come on TV every fucking game. Duke is. I mean,
okay. Any top college going on TV on them every game.
What I'm saying is they on national TV every game. The exposure is big. Everybody every time Duke goes on the road, the game is sold out. The whole profile, when they don't even talk about college basketball no more. When they talk about college basketball, it's about Duke. Duke is the draw.
You don't think some niggas just came there to see Zion instead of Duke?
You said what?
You don't think, let's say Zion played at Central, you don't think it'd be a packed house?
That bitch would be there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it'd be a packed house, but it wouldn't be like that. The machine behind Duke is something unreal. It wouldn't be the same.
If the player was good, it wouldn't even matter, man. Like that shit don't matter. That's why. That's why don't nobody go to Knicks. That's why don't nobody want to go to the Knicks. Because they don't care where you go to. It don't matter. You're gonna be the same person wherever you at.
Yeah.
So you know
Yeah,
that
it's
media
different. Now,
that media shit don't mean nothing.
But back
what
to
you mean?
And then
That
back to the sports,
endorsement deal stuff.
and
back-
then
Go
and
ahead.
then when we talk about
Hey,
Duke,
how much more time we got on this topic?
we got like 5 more minutes. This is the last topic, so
yeah,
Okay.
and then he got to get off.
Yeah, now I gotta go. I gotta do my clothes.
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm
Well-
on live, nigga, with real shit. Yeah, this is real life.
Yeah.
I don't really got that much to say then, but just I have fun tonight, so
Oh
you know,
yeah,
let's
for
do it
sure,
again.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, man. And my whole takeaway from this, man, is, hey, I mean, we got to figure out. I'm going back to the NBA, man. We got to. Some of the stuff that y'all was talking about today. I mean, I think y'all going off like power rankings and shit, and y'all not looking at the styles and the matchup. But I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not surprised because only thing y'all do is follow a certain order. Y'all learned y'all A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what y'all follow. And you don't go for unconventional. Some unconventional first has to happen before you to say, oh, okay, this person may be capable of that. I mean, y'all sound like the motherfucker, the NFL owner. You sound like Pete Carroll today. Pete Carroll says, we owe Colin Kaepernick an apology. Man, fuck that. We don't want to hear that bullshit. Come on, what you mean? You 4 years late, my guy. Give a fuck about that. Nah, man. Nah. What I'm trying to get y'all to do is join the wave. Don't ride the wave. When that shit first start, get on. But when the wave is going, don't jump on, man. Be first to it.
How many times we gotta keep?
What are you
how many
talking
times
about?
He
Man,
talking
shut
about
the
small
fuck
ball
up.
lineup.
What the fuck are you
Go on.
talking about? Hey, somebody. Oh, hey, man. When we finish this, hey, go rewind. Fast forward to this part, to what you just said, and see if you hit me back later and tell me what the hell you just say.
But
Hey,
yeah, I mean, it sounds like y'all had good points tonight. This was the first episode of the Shit Chat, so I appreciate all y'all for coming up. We definitely going to do more in the future. But until then, be safe, be cool, and we'll holler at y'all later. All right,
all right.
y'all be easy. All right.
Be easy.
Uh,
All right.
Gone.